everyone, good morning. I'm going to talk about Lululemon and the new campaign that we are proposing to launch for Lululemon. So, just going to give you a brief understanding and a brief backdrop of what Lululemon is all about. So, Lululemon is actually yoga clothes and running gear for sweaty workouts. It was founded in 1998 by a guy named Dennis Jean Wilson, who was the founder of Lululemon. He started this business as a yoga-inspired wear for female yoga enthusiasts. And the market that he was targeting was females, mainly the core audience, and those who are actually of the higher um, income earner. Yeah, because of the premium pricing of all the apparels and clothes that they are actually offering. All right, so this is just a brief summary of the campaigns launch they had before this. Right, so the first one that they had was in July 2017 about This Is Yoga. So This Is Yoga was launched to target more consumers, a broader kind of consumers apart from just yoga enthusiasts, to understand, to make people understand and to raise the awareness that Lululemon is not just about yoga, it's more than that, right? And it could be for people from different countries who are doing different things, various things, and still wearing Lululemon. And then we have Strength to Be, which was launched in 2017 September, just 1 month after This Is Yoga. So this one was launched because there has been a growing community of the male consumers in terms of understanding what defines strength and masculinity for them. So for that, they are actually targeting more male consumers to bring them as their customers for Lululemon. And then moving forward, just this year they've just launched the biggest campaign, which was the Feel campaign. So this Feel campaign is actually to kind of convey this message to everyone, all the audience out there, that when you do something and you feel it, especially when you're exercising, you can do things better. You can outperform yourself because you're actually truly feeling it within you. And of course, the campaign was also launched to promote the two latest wear they have, the ABC bands and the ABC bands and license to trade charts. Yeah, and this also was also launched to target the male consumers as well as Gen Z consumers. All right. Right. So when we talk about the stakeholders, here we have stakeholders who have interest in how company is doing, and also the other way around, vice versa. This group of people are interested in how the company is doing, and the company also has leverage on these groups of people. So here we're going to talk about employees, customers, and investors. So under employees, Lululemon is very well committed to provide the employees with the valuable benefits, great treatment. So with effective of 27 September, they will be actually raising their pay for the employees. So in terms of financially and satisfaction and well-being, they are all well taken care of by the company Lululemon. These are all rolled out to actually attract more young talents for exceptional performances. Usually there could be issues with employees in terms of being concerned about their job security and whatnot, but because Lululemon is doing very well, they're actually very assuring to all the employees. In fact, during the whole pandemic, they actually rolled out a lot of compensation and incentives for those who have been affected by the global pandemic, and they actually have plans to expand and hire 8,000 more employees on top of what they already have, which is 19,000 employees. We have the customers. Customers are very important to the company, especially to Lululemon, because they are the main contributor of the revenue and sales. Right? So Lululemon targeted adult female yoga enthusiasts back in the days when they just started. So now they are looking to expand their approach in terms of menswear and have apparel diversification and all other physical activities lines like cycling, running, this kind of thing. They actually want to have product lines for all of this. So the relationship between the customers and Lululemon is very good. It's very well. They're doing very great despite the whole the two incidents that happened previously, which was a callback of the product that was just launched. There was a product that had some defects in terms of see-through. So it was actually called banned. It didn't meet the requirements and expectations of the consumers. But even then, consumers are still very loyal. They still really come back and, purchase from Lululemon because they are actually really looking for spiritual enrichment and to look good, obviously, right? Lastly, we have the investors, right? So for investors, currently Lululemon is standing at 1,652 institutional owners and shareholders, and in 2018, sadly, there was a departure of CEO, and things have kind of shaken up a bit due to this because investors are not sure. They were a bit worried about how the company was doing and all that. So it is actually very important that Lululemon maintains a very positive outlook to remain attractive for investors to continue purchasing shares and holding their shares. And investors are also a contributing factor to the success of Lululemon. Right. All right, let's move forward. So now I just can discuss a bit on the strengths and weaknesses, the SWOT framework to identify what are the objectives and to come up with the objectives for the campaign that we are actually launching. So let's go to the strengths of Lululemon. Lululemon is a very premium brand. It is a premium brand because they are using premium quality and high-tech materials. So, and they are also having the highest sales per square foot in the industry compared to all other competitors like Nike, Under Armour, and Adidas. Right. So, and then we have the growing demand. There is a growing demand for Lululemon, reason being because the whole world has become naturally more health conscious. There are more active people who are more fitness enthusiasts, right? And the fitness industry is now worth $87.23 billion, US billion dollars. And lastly, they have a strong balance sheet, which means they also actually do not have any debts for Lululemon. This allows Lululemon to keep repurchasing their shares, maintaining that good balance sheet for, to attract investors and all that, right? And then we have the weaknesses. So under weaknesses, they have high prices. This is due to the high devotion of R&D, which is research and development. They actually invest a lot in this. And in terms of pricing, they're actually quite above the average of the industry, which is not very attractive to consumers who are on budget, and this may not be an issue to their core audience, right? Because they already have the financial capability to afford their products. But in terms of broadening up and getting more consumers to jump into their products, it could be quite an issue for them in terms of budget. Then we have brand perception. When Lululemon started, it was a yoga brand. So until today, it has been perceived as a yoga brand. So not a lot of people, when they think about Lululemon, they don't have that thinking, hey, I can get leggings for my run, from Lululemon. No, it doesn't happen like that because they all have this perception that Lululemon is just for yoga. So if I don't do yoga, I'm not going to get anything from Lululemon, which is wrong. And which is really not wrong, but that's how it is. And they want to break out of that perception. And this is the reason why men's consumers are only accounted for less than half, which is 37%. Then in terms of opportunities, we have international expansion, right? The market capitalization now stands at $50 billion. And you also plan to open up another 30 to 35 stores in Korea, South Korea, Japan, like unlike any other brick and mortar businesses, they're actually expanding during this whole pandemic thing going on. And then for the product expansion, they are looking at more menswear and products for like running, training, office wear, or even as simple as sitting at home, homeware, and going to the supermarket. They want to be able to expand the product line in that sense. And then for threats, we have competition. So the competition in the industry is very huge. There are so many well-established brands like Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, all these brands have been there for way longer than Lululemon. They already have a significant presence, and this is actually a competition for Lululemon. and they also have lower selling points, which is the reason why it's kind of hard for Lululemon to beat that, because they cannot compromise on their pricing. Right. All right, so based on the SWOT that we discussed earlier, we have actually brought down to the objectives of the campaign, which is to work on brand perception, to increase awareness, and to have more male consumers. So these are actually informational objectives for the campaign. So the objective of the campaign, to be concise and straight, is actually to increase menswear sales by more, or at least by 50% of the overall sales, and have their total revenue quadruple by 2023. So this campaign is called Inclusive. You will find out why it's called Inclusive right after this. All right. So now we're looking at the customer segmentations, the target market we're going for the campaign. So the segmentation that we have here is demographic and psychographic. Demographic is the identification of people based on their gender, age, occupation, marital status. Yeah. And for this one, we're actually targeting onto the gender, which is male consumers and working adults, because they have to be able to afford the products of Lululemon. And then, secondly, we have the psychographic. The psychographic is to identify based on beliefs, traits, personal lifestyle, So for this, we have taken out those to target on having very strong beliefs in keeping their body healthy, very active individuals who are always on the go, always on the feet, doing a lot of things, exercising, different forms of exercises. We have fitness enthusiasts who goes to the gym almost every other day and healthy lifestyle. Right, so here we can look at the target consumer research. So this whole table and graph actually shows, the statistic actually shows that it is a very high conviction that the sportswear are actually worn anytime, not just when they're exercising. And so in everyday life, there's a percentage of 64%, wearing sportswear anytime, right? And then this shows a great, huge opportunity for Lululemon to break into, because people wear when they're exercising, not just yoga, right? They wear at home, comfortable homeware at 59%, and then they go up 36%. Yeah. So now here's the campaign promise and the positioning of the brand. So the campaign promise is that to cycle, to run, to work, to school, stay comfortable in Lululemon. A piece for everyone, anywhere, anytime. Right? So here, when people look at it, they will see it as, hey, I don't have to be doing yoga. I don't have to love yoga to own Lululemon. To own a piece of Lululemon. I could be a runner, a cyclist, and I can get anything or something from Lululemon because it's that comfortable, and everyone usually has a piece, And the positioning here is people, because Lululemon is not about brand, it's about the community and about the people who are wearing it. So this is why the campaign is actually inclusive, because we want to make everyone feels that, I'm included. Like I have something that I can get from there. There's always something for me, right? Yeah. Now we're going to look at the product life cycle, right? So as you can see, Lululemon is now falling under the growth period, the growth stage of product life cycle, where they have introduced themselves slowly, still growing to reach that maturity stage. So in this growth, they're actually trying to tap into so many different consumer markets to of course increase the awareness to everyone that, hey, it's not just yoga, it's more than that. It could be swimming, it could be this, it could be that, it could be just as simple as a comfortable wear for home, And so the Lululemon is definitely still under the growth period, where there are still a lot of efforts and work to be done to establish themselves as more than just yoga. And then here we have the media strategy, right? So as you can see, we have, thought about which social media platforms you want to engage for the campaigns. So it's Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, and also gym outlets actually. So the reason why we are actually looking into this, because research actually shows that a lot of male internet consumers are using YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. They actually spend 4 to 9 hours a day on it. So it's actually a very huge market to venture into. And also, currently, there are actually 62.5 million gym members who go to the gym at least 104 days in a year. So if we do have our ads and campaign inside the gym, the interaction is quite high. So the whole ads can, somehow be feasible to them. Yeah, so that there will be a contact there, here and there. That's exactly why we have chosen our gym for it, because more of the fitness enthusiast people are there. And then the reason also why we have chosen social media platform is because social media only accounts for 4.9% compared to the search button on the internet and direct website for the sales. So we think that there has been lacking part in terms of social media, and that is exactly something why the reason why we want to venture into it. Also, going back to the gym, we are actually thinking of collaborating with 24-hour fitness, anytime fitness, and true yoga fitness. So this true yoga fitness is to signify that essence of yoga in Lululemon. And apart from that, the other two gym clubs are they are well-known gyms. That's why. And then now we have the creative approach for inclusive campaign. So the creative is that firstly you have to understand that it's actually a low involvement product with consumers that do not require consumers to make big decisions for it, right? So unlike purchasing cars and houses and all that, for Lululemon you have to try it to know it. So it's actually a low involvement, and we are going into with the concept of emotional and rational appeals. So for emotional, we are actually motivating people to purchase, and rational wise, we are actually trying to increase the brand awareness and brand affinity to promote the inclusivity and versatility of products. For, of course, we are going to include the recently launched pants, ABC pants, and license to train shorts as well. And we will be showcasing a range of models doing different exercises to show the inclusivity of Lululemon. So here's one of the poster, right? So here you can see that this is the guy, a model wearing ABC pants, 3 guys wearing ABC pants in their workwear. And these 2 are the shots, of course, and this side, a guy, a male model doing yoga, right? So here, inclusive, as you can see, wear it to feel you will come back for more anytime, anywhere. So whatever you're doing, be it going to work, going to school, just casual going out, there's always a piece for everyone, anywhere. Right, and here's another one right here, the inclusive poster. More than just yoga, Lululemon is about you. So let's show that, from the previous ad was to target males, this one is to target females and tell them that, hey, it's not just yoga. You could be using it for running, for swimming, for cycling, or even just going out. This is actually Lululemon leggings, these 2 as well. So this is one you are wearing it, just going out casually and still have Lululemon wear, because it's just very comfortable like that. Right, so next one we have the budgeting. So for budget wise, we're gonna look into campaign. We have budget of 1st October to start, commence 1st October for 2 months. Budget for campaign for 140,000. And we have the media placement of YouTube, Facebook ads, all at 25 Rand, depending on the research that's been done, $3 per click. And the reason why it's 140,000 is because basically 0.3% of the previous year revenue, right? So here we have gym ads, the treadmills, and sponsoring gym trainers for big clients to see that, hey, it looks nice, might want to try it, so they can go for it. We're going to be setting aside $15,000 for it, and ad agency to come up with all the posters and printing and all that would be 30 grand. And sales promotion costs for 20,000 for influencers and celebrity endorsements here and there with promo codes. Next one, we have the evaluation. So for evaluation, it's pretty straightforward. We have to compare sales before and after campaign, revenue from man, analysis of consumer, which kind of products are people buying, product lines. From there, we can see whether it's expanding or not. And then for social media, we can use analytics behind it, and also effectiveness of collaborating with influencers and celebrities. Then for the gym, we have the QR code to see how many people are actually getting the the attention from the posters in the gym instead. Here we have Q&A section right now. So for Q&A, what a reason for coming out? All right, the reason is because this campaign that I've come up with is to actually include all the other campaigns that have been launched, to include everyone in it, be it male consumers, people from different backgrounds, not everyone who are yogi people, could be runners, it could be cyclists, just basically to include everyone in this one campaign. So what do you think of your proposed campaign needs? So it needs because there is a 5-year growth model of Lululemon, which is to actually double up the menswear, to double the digital, and also quadruple the revenue in 2023. So whatever the objectives that we had in terms of informational objectives and aims of the campaign actually align together with the organization objective. All right, I think that is from me. That's it from me, and I hope you enjoyed the whole presentation and have a lovely day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.